Welcome back to another episode of the Lost Codex. Today, we delve into a topic so few have explored, something far more ancient than previous topics discussed here. Today, we talk about the birth of the cosmos. The origins of the universe and all creation remain a partial mystery, even to the most dedicated and ancient of scholars. Although we've gleaned information from lost records that predate even the Titanforge Keepers, there are still pieces of the puzzle that are missing, and mysteries that we may never solve. Nevertheless, our research is ongoing, and our records are ever expanding. Let us begin. Before the cosmos and the universe roared into existence, before life took its gasping first breath, there was only light, and there was void. With neither time nor space to confine it, the light ebbed and flowed through existence like a current. Strands of chromatic energy danced and swam in and around itself, and wherever it expanded, a symphony of hope, warmth, and harmony hummed and sang. Yet, even as the light expanded, parts of it flickered and dimmed. Where the light faded and ceased to be, the void bubbled into existence and began to spread. The void, the mirrored, twisted reflection of the light, was a power driven to consume, devour, and envelop all energy, and forcibly warp the fabric of creation onto itself. Although the light and void stretched and flowed in each other's wake, the two forces grew increasingly turbulent. The inseparable yet opposing energies of creation collided with one another and ignited a series of cosmically catastrophic explosions. In that destructive, blinding moment, our universe was born. Raw astral energies roared across the nascent universe as the primordial forces of creation churned into countless new worlds. For a time inconceivable to the mortal mind, this newly born universe, now known as the Great Dark Beyond, frothed and expanded in a chaotic storm of cosmic fire and magic. Amidst the vast cauldron of churning primordial energies, the most chaotic and volatile of these powers came together to form the twisting nether. While this chaotic dimension existed outside the borders of the physical universe, light and void energies bled and twisted together at its edges. This amalgamation of light and void threw the nether into a state of turmoil, which would occasionally allow the nether's volatile energies to rupture and tear through reality, flooding into the Great Dark and warping creation wherever it touched. As the cosmic fires of creation roared across the universe, shards of light were catapulted throughout the galaxy. These shards would pollinate countless celestial bodies of forming worlds with the sparks of life, resulting in the origination of countless new life forms. From the churning, volatile storms of recently birthed planets rose one life form in particular, the elemental spirits. These primordial beings of fire, earth, air, and water ranged in size and shape, each differing across the myriad of worlds throughout the cosmos. The shards of light flung throughout the stars would occasionally cluster and congregate into beings of far greater power than the elements. Among these were the Naru, harmonious beings of shimmering, holy energies. These crystalline entities saw the cosmos for what it was, a vast ocean of potential where life could blossom and grow across the limitless worlds. The Naru set out to safeguard and nurture new life, vowing to use the holy magic that suffused them to bring hope and harmony wherever they went. Perhaps the most extraordinary life form that arose into creation were the Titans. These cosmically vast beings started their existence as world souls that slumbered deep within the molten core of a select few planets throughout the cosmos. As world souls matured and grew, Their energies and life essence imbued the world they inhabited for epochs of time, before finally awakening. As its eyes opened, gleaming with the brilliance of a shining star, the very first Titan awoke as a colossal, living world. With a cloak of shimmering stardust billowing in its wake, and a body infused with the very fabric of creation, the first Titan that awoke gazed upon the cosmos and found himself alone. His name was Aman'thul. Although we don't know when or why Aman'thul awoke when he did, at the time, he was the only Titan in existence. Despite this, something stirred within Aman'thul, prompting him to set out in search of others of his kind. The lonely Titan roamed the great dark beyond, and eventually, his search would pay off. Upon discovering the sleeping Titans, Aman'thul nurtured the world souls as they slept, until eventually awakening them from their slumber and welcoming them into the cosmos. In time, several world souls had awakened with Aman'thul's aid, and with each Titan that awoke, Aman'thul learned more about the mysteries of his kin and the challenges that came with discovering and nurturing a world soul. Those that did awake pledged themselves to him and his quest. Together, the Titans, now known as the Pantheon, set off across the stars with a purpose: to search every corner of the Great Dark, in hopes of finding more of their cosmic, slumbering kin. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of The Lost Codex. If you missed our previous episodes, click the links below, and don't forget to check us out on Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon. Stay tuned for another episode of The Lost Codex.